Someone was telling me that banana trees move, like they walk.
And did you believe them, Blake?
Well, yeah.
Hey, welcome to episode 135 of Front Seat Gamer. I'm Nick. I'm here with Saveun.
Yo.
And Blake.
Hey, Nick.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah, there is a Harvest Moon on the Switch.
There is a Harvest Moon on the Switch. All right, cool.
For context, we were talking about gardening before the podcast, and now this is a gardening podcast.
Oh, shit. Dude, hot. It's hot. An hour ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, an IGN review came out, and it's called Harvest Moon One World.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
What is
what,
that?
what did IGN give it?
I don't know, man.
7
I
out
have to
of
click
10.
on stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Email us and let us know what Harvest Moon got on IGN.com.
Man.
did it say what that was?
What do you mean?
Like, it sounds like some kind of open world, like
All right, I'm clicking
Harvest
on stuff.
Moon.
It's a Harvest Moon with a very racist ideology.
One world.
Yeah, one world, just the
world.
one.
Yeah. One type of person.
Yeah,
Only one plant.
carrot people.
Yeah. Only one plant in this world.
Yeah. So you guys been playing stuff?
Yes, I have. I played a little bit of a game that you recommended.
Yeah.
Tapcraft, I think it
Tapcraft,
was.
yep.
It's cool. Like I played it for a couple of days. But then I do get to a point where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yep. That's idle games.
Yeah. It was like I'm like, oh yeah, because that game you're on an island and you need to build like production facilities
Yep.
to increase your resource gathering,
To build better production.
to build better
facilities.
production facilities.
To inhabit more islands. To
Yeah,
build more
yeah.
production
And
facilities.
and once I got like I had a whole bunch of like automatic like lumber gathering
Yep.
going on and like mining going on, and I was just like, well, I feel like I've won.
Yeah. Did you ever build a gun?
No. I didn't like, to be fair, I didn't actually probably get that far.
No, you didn't.
Like I just felt like I understand this game, and I feel like I could just map out in my head
How the rest of it will
how
play
the
out.
rest is gonna go. So
Yeah.
I sort of just
So the
fizzled
thing is,
out on it.
that's a game that also has prestiging,
Oh yeah.
and I never got to that point.
Oh yeah, I did see there was a prestige option. Yeah.
So I don't actually know. So I thought you might enjoy that one just mostly because of the survival crafting.
yeah, like
aspects.
I did enjoy it for the like hours. I did play it for like quite a few hours, and it's good that I'll just be sitting on the couch watching TV and playing
Yes.
that at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
That's what they're
yeah.
built for.
Is
Yeah.
that what you want, though?
Look, here's you want different things for different situations, right?
I'm asking Blake. Is that what you'd like? A half attention
Yeah.
in a TV show?
half attention on both things.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm watching stuff, I realize I'm not really paying attention to it,
Yeah.
and I am just on my phone looking at YouTube videos
And not paying attention to that either.
and barely paying attention to that. Yeah.
There's a very zen aspect to a lot of idle games.
Yeah.
Where you're doing a lot of waiting for a number to tick over,
Mhm.
and then you tap the screen,
Yeah.
and you do a lot of waiting again. And for me at least, I find myself just kind of thinking. And
After last podcast, I felt angry. I don't know if that I don't know if that came across. But I was a little, and I think for me, it was just the passive kind of gameplay that I don't think amounts to anything. I don't think there are many lessons
Yeah.
to learn coming out of that.
how many lessons are there to learn from
Idle games.
your favorite games?
There's a lot of like hand-eye coordination kind of stuff. There is access to better things, like in terms of guns.
And there's a
killing
there's a story.
There is a story
You
too.
know,
Typically, yeah, there are lessons in that.
Yeah.
there are interesting ways they deal with people dynamics, and I'm speaking about Red Dead, obviously.
Uh-huh.
There are interesting things to observe, just the wilderness, stuff
Sure.
like that. There's a lot of good things about Red Dead.
The thing is, Red Dead is not a game you can half pay attention to.
Right.
Right. You need it. You need
I think
full.
you could. I think
Real quick.
Could you? I don't know. Like, could you watch a TV show and play Red Dead at the same time?
I think I could have something on in the background
Yeah.
and play Red Dead.
I suppose it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, you're right.
How many
Yeah.
people do you think worked on Red Dead?
I
Man,
can
more
tell
than
you.
5.
But if you're gonna say production values and compare that,
Yeah.
It's obviously a really big video game, but
Yeah.
but the
Very expensive.
Yeah, but the idle game experience, I think, is just so surface level. Is what my issue is with it personally. That's my
And how many did you play?
handful.
Name them.
Oh, God.
There was Zombie Cafe. There was Adventure Capitalist. There was a Cow Clicker.
Oh, cow clicker.
clicker.
Cow clicker. Man,
Is that a passive one?
that is
That is
so good.
Specifically,
Tap Titans. I think.
specifically is not only is Cow Clicker not a passive
Okay.
game. There is no game.
Okay.
You're literally just clicking a
But
cow, and it tells you how many times you
but I
click the
think-
cow.
I think I think these games aren't far from that.
Mm. Do you want to talk about Cow Clicker for a minute? Like, you know the story about it, right?
It
was made
think
by
so. It was like
that-
a guy who did it to see if people would play a game that was
Yeah.
just clicking a cow
'Cause it was-
and had no.
It was right when like
mechanics.
Farmville was it was a Facebook game, and Farmville was real big, and he wanted to make a game that was just like
It was like a parody.
yeah, like a parody of it, where it's like only once a day you can click a cow.
Oh, is that the thing?
Yeah.
I thought you could just click on it.
Yeah, I don't think you.
No, it was well. At least when I
One
played,
click?
it was once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, and something strange is that I noticed. I was telling a friend of mine about this, and he started playing it,
Yeah.
and he kept saying to me like, "Man, I keep clicking this cow every day, but." Because it shows how many clicks your friends have had, and he's like, "Your clicks you're always ahead of me," and I'm like, "I haven't played it in like I haven't clicked on it in like 6 months." So it's like the game is always showing your friends
Wow.
ahead of you.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it keeps you coming
sneaky.
back.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not a real game. It's like making fun of those games.
Yeah. And I would say using them as examples against Red Dead is like saying, yeah, I didn't like Red Dead. I've played Western games already. There's that one on the Atari.
I don't know if that's a great comparison.
I played Red
but-
Dead Revolver, so
Yeah. I played Call of Juarez,
yeah.
and it's the same game.
Yeah.
So
It's so surface level is my main.
again, I
Thing.
don't think you've played enough to make that judgment call.
You never recommended me an idle game, by the way.
Yeah, this is true. I forgot.
So it's on you, Nick.
Okay. But I talked about, for example, there's story-driven little games like Armory and Machine.
Mhm.
And the other thing to remember is these are not huge budget, 5,000 person teams spending 5 years making this. This is like often one guy.
I'm
two guys.
knocking the mechanic. I'm knocking the passive aspect of this mechanic.
Think of it less. They are not trying to offer a deep, story-driven experience with cutting-edge graphics and deep characterization. They are trying to offer a thing to do. And
Oh
and
my
to,
God.
and to that end,
Are they?
they want it to feel rewarding. And so when you think of it,
But is it a
and
thing
this
to
is
do?
kind of my point. This is kind of the point I was making. Idle games have really great progress systems, like progression systems, but they are not inherently great games. And I would love to see some of those progression systems and some of the tools that make idle games sticky worked into, and I think this is going to happen anyway. Worked into different genres of game to enhance them. So yes, if you're looking for a deep experience, play Red Dead. I'm not saying go, oh, you gotta play Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah.
You gotta change your life. Like, no one's saying that.
Yeah. What if
But
Red
I think
Dead?
to discount the genre as a whole is missing the point.
Dude, yeah, I was just speaking on my perspective.
Yeah.
On the thing.
You need to recommend the perfect idle game for Saveun.
I don't know
You
that
need to really think about it.
I
and
don't
be
know
like,
that
this
he's.
one.
I suspect you've dug your heels in, and I don't know that I would be able to find a game that you would enjoy because of that.
I convinced me that they're good.
Yeah.
Well, again, you were looking for something that isn't there,
Yeah, I don't think it can offer me what I'm after.
right? But I don't think many games can.
Yeah, you're right.
So you have set the bar
Mm.
in a very specific way that only Rockstar games seem to.
I'm surprised that you're so drawn to them.
Why? It's a game designer thing, right? Game designers love to think about progression mechanics, to think about retention mechanics, to think about reward mechanics, things that will make a player feel good. And idle games are a distillation of that. The player isn't even doing anything, and they're feeling rewarded, right? So and there's something quite beautiful about that. Think of it like, okay, why do slot machines work? Because of they do a bunch of like jingling when you win a tiny amount of money. And even though you have still technically lost money, they make it sound like you've won. In this case, it's a lot of the sort of same psychological principles at play, but it's not randomized typically, and there's nothing to risk. You can't lose.
Is there a competition element in many idle games?
Yeah, actually, a lot of them do have competition elements. There's some that have like weekly tournaments, where like you'll have 24 hours to prestige and get as far as you can through their progression system.
It's a race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know, in for an idle game, that sounds kind of cool.
And there's a lot of games that do
Yeah,
stuff
like
like
a goal.
Just to see with a certain set of systems if you can beat other people in that. And yeah. That aspect sounds interesting.
A very good idle game I really enjoyed for quite a while. I forget the name of it. Is it called Realmcraft or something like that? It was.
That sounds familiar.
It's basically like you choose a race sort of at the start of each prestige, and they have spells and certain perks, and you advance a certain way as when you're playing that race, and then when you prestige, you can choose a different race, and there are some bonuses that are universal and some that are specific to the race, and you sort of have these parallel tracks of advancement that you travel along each prestige. And then at some point, it's like they start withdrawing some of those barriers, and so you can start doing cross-race things. And then it's about like it's got the same sort of a build planning appeal that a game like Path of Exile does, and it actually becomes quite complex in some of the decisions you're making. They give you like a limited set of slots and lots of opportunity to put things in there.
Okay.
And so then, when you are doing your build, you're more doing your prestige, your run or whatever. You are testing out how well this combination works, and you're thinking about how these otherwise disparate mechanics intertwine, how various mathematical like functions will multiply, and like how they result in more exponentiality. What like the most efficient way to do a thing is. And that's quite useful, I think, when you're thinking about just using a limited set of tools to maximize growth potential. But again, you're not riding around on a horse in a huge open world watching bears fight rabbits. It's a different kind of game, and it's not going to like you're not going to go, wow, that ending was incredible for like an idle game.
What ending?
There are games with endings. I have again, I think Armory and Machine had an ending. There are a few other like sort of story driven idle games where the story plays out over time. And they're actually quite interesting and cool, and the story some of them is really enjoyable. But you're not going to immerse yourself in the world of an idle game yet. I think you will in the future.
Yeah, I know I said I was going to get this distillery thing working in Red Dead. Never got around to it. I'm still doing these bounties.
Too much fun.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, you recommended a game to me this week.
Oh yeah, did
Yeah.
you check it out?
I'm going to get it tomorrow,
Oh cool.
or maybe even tonight.
What was the
uh,
name of it?
Loop Hero.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You recommended it.
Mm.
Carl recommended it.
Interesting.
Wow, if Carl
Um,
recommends it.
Yeah.
Some other people have recommended it. Like a whole bunch of people this week were like, "Oh, Loop Hero." I think Nick would like that game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, when I heard people talking about it, I was like, you know what? This has actually got gameplay in it.
Yeah,
Nick would love this.
Mm.
yeah. So I'm keen to try it. And maybe this is the dawn of the idle era. What do you guys think?
For you?
For games, I think in the same way that RPG elements leaked into every genre,
Mm.
there's like everything has level ups.
Man, this really is a repeat of the last
yeah,
episode.
yeah. Well, you
Maybe.
this is Blake's fault for talking about Tapcraft.
Mm.
You asked me to play it and talk about it.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Blake. I really appreciate it. I could talk about some other games. I played so Legends of Runeterra had expansion.
Yep.
This week
That's
or
the
last
card game, right?
Yeah,
that you've been
that's-
playing?
That's the League of Legends card game.
Right. Yeah.
Really, still a very solid card game.
Wow.
They didn't really add anything like groundbreaking in this expansion,
Mhm.
but they've just got a knack of designing interesting cards and their methods for like kind of most games have like a sort of color pie. When you think about Magic the Gathering, they've got the 5 mana
Yeah.
types. Pokemon has all those different elemental types.
Mhm.
Like Hearthstone has their classes.
Yep.
Legends of Runeterra has sort of nations.
Okay.
And I was not expecting that to work well as a tool for dividing mechanics, because when you think about, I don't know if you guys have played League of Legends.
Not at all.
No. Maybe it's changed a lot since I played, but when I played, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever it was last time I played, the like lore background for these characters, where they come from, did not matter and had no real obvious bearing on their mechanics.
Yeah.
Like, 2 characters from Noxus would have virtually no mechanical overlap. They might have an aesthetic overlap, and they would have some lore interactions that was just a web page that said like it was a short story about these characters or whatever. For the card game, it works really well. They've done a really good job of transforming these League of Legends mechanics and isolating them into their nations and making them feel different, and combining 2 of these nations feel exciting and interesting. So it's just a very, very solid card game.
How many nations are there?
At this point, I think there's like 6 or 7.
Okay.
They've added new ones over time.
Mm.
I don't know how many there are in total in like League of Legends. At some point, they've got to run out, right? They can't just keep adding. But then they've got a whole alien
They got
region.
aliens?
So in League of Legends, there's like this race. I forget the name of the actual race, but like Kog'Maw and Cho'Gath, and there's like all these like big alien looking heroes, champions, and none of those have shown up yet.
Huh.
So I'm very curious to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna introduce.
Like
more
that's gotta
nations.
be one
Yeah.
of the nations.
That's cool.
What else did I play? I've been playing Idle Slayer more.
Okay.
Idle Slayer.
Idle Slayer is, I think, of all of the idle games I talked about last week, Idle Slayer is the best. It's a little, I think, slower to begin with than a lot of them, but it is more involved in terms of gameplay.
Okay.
There's a lot more to do while playing, and then there's like this kind of interesting skill tree with like secret layers and stuff like that. It's real solid.
Let me ask you about Loop Hero.
Yeah.
Multiple people recommended it to you.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
To have some free time. So,
Okay.
so after this podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
next-
Because if a lot of people were recommending me a game, which I guess Cyberpunk was that one, there were a lot of people that were like, "You have to play this
Yeah.
garbage."
Yeah.
And I
But
was like,
this was before.
this is definitely going into it,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
into that mess.
Yeah.
But
I would be
you know,
surprised if anyone's recommending it after.
yeah, once it
when the horse
embargo
expansion
released.
comes through.
But okay, interesting. Just free time.
Yeah, I was planning to get it this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've got baby prep.
Okay. Yeah.
On a related note, may have to take a break from this podcast.
Oh.
We'll bring the
for a little
podcast to
while.
you, man.
Yep.
You want to have a crying baby on?
Maybe.
Okay, cool. Then that's
Do it
cool.
over Skype or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a sound gate,
Uh-huh.
an aggressive sound gate.
Yeah. Just
a noise
really.
gate or whatever.
I just sound very far away the whole time.
Wow. Yeah.
I also tried Trivia Crack Adventure, which was Trivia Crack is I guess like a series of trivia games on mobile.
Okay.
Trivia Crack Adventure was an attempt to like make it into like a
Make
sort of competitive board game.
Okay.
And
Board game.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, you roll dice. Think of it as Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Basically, but it's kind of like head to head
Mm.
Trivial Pursuit. And I've discovered that most people suck at trivia, and
Mhm.
their questions are dumb. So I stopped playing that one.
Whoa.
Instead, I started playing.
Oh, you mean
Endless-
people suck at making trivia?
No, people suck at answering trivia.
Oh, okay.
It was
But you're like their questions are dumb.
yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
just they're just
Like, as in
they're
they were
no good
very
at making it, and also
No, as in like the questions were very simple,
yeah.
and people were still getting them wrong.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
But you're a trivia veteran. Like you've been going to trivia nights for like years.
Yes, and so I've seen how good people can be at trivia.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a dude who goes to, like, he used to go to one we used to go to on Mondays,
Mhm.
and then he started going to the one we used to go on Tuesdays. Maybe he was going to both the
Oh
whole
my
time.
god.
But he's got like a blonde curly mullet,
Yeah.
and he just and like a, I'm pretty sure he's got a handlebar mustache. So he just you look at him and you go that dude is a bogan,
Mhm.
but he fucking dominates
Yeah.
trivia.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we call him the Mullet Ninja.
So you never spoke to this
No,
gentleman?
no, God, no.
No. That's the
That's the Mullet Ninja.
competition.
Mullet Ninja.
Okay.
You don't talk to the Mullet
Yeah,
Ninja. He
right.
talks to you.
Shit.
He only speaks to you in trivia questions.
Yes, he speaks in riddles. That's
Is it multiple choice, that one?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to do multiple choice on phone
Yeah.
because otherwise you have to contend with spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's basically all I've been playing this week.
That's cool. So next week we'll hear about Loop.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Or I'll have a baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next
we're
week?
getting real. Not next week. It'll be the week after. Next
Wow.
week.
Yeah.
But, we're a little less than 3 weeks away now
Wow.
from our due date.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Might have to get a guest host.
Oh shit. Maybe you should step up.
Hosting's tough.
No, it's not. Not if you don't do a good job.
Hosting's tough. Yeah. I like the art of Loop Hero. It has that
Pixel art.
Yeah, it has that real specific like harsh pixel art from like it kind of looks like early 90s, I guess, like
Commodore 64.
yeah, or like it reminds me of like Warcraft 1.
Right.
Like this real harsh looking thing. I don't know, I just like it.
Are you gonna pick it up too?
I don't think it's my kind of game.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
The Loop.
You like the hero. You don't like the
Yeah, I
loop.
don't like the loop. Well, you're just going around in a loop. I'm not into that.
Real quick question. What was your Mountain Blade gameplay?
What do you mean?
What your most recent game in Mountain Blade? What were you doing?
Yeah, it was a big loop.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But you were just going around in a loop?
Yeah, I was just going around a loop. Actually, we can talk a little bit about that.
Mountain Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give you want to give some context?
Yeah. Right.
Blake told me he started again.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing a trade only
I was
game.
Yeah.
Where he basically would just travel the world buying and selling goods,
Mm-hmm.
turning a profit, leveling up his trading with the plan to eventually start buying cities
Mm-hmm.
from under people.
Yep. It's a long slog
yeah.
because being able to buy cities and castles is like the last. You have to max out your trade, and it's 300, which is 300 points. I'm at like 270 something now, so I'm getting close, but it's still like. For a while, I was just like, I'll just log on. I'll just go on, do like half an hour of just like trading, and then log off again. It was like it felt like I was grinding. It felt like I was grinding in World of Warcraft towards something.
Yeah.
And I still haven't gotten to the end of being able to bike. I haven't gotten to the fun part yet.
I knew when you decided to do this that this was
They'll fizzle
painful.
out. Yeah.
I don't know if you'd fizzle out or
Yeah.
not. I don't know. I mean, you play a lot of bad early access games, so I feel like you've got high tolerance.
What has helped is I downloaded a mod that gave me trade points for caravans that I've got.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid that you don't get trade for caravans that you own.
Well, because
you're the business owner. You own a business, and they're like, no, you don't get any points for owning a business.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I've got like 5, I think, caravans out in the world, like doing stuff, which is great. So all I'm doing is just going around trading, getting enough money to buy another caravan, buying another caravan, going around trading.
Yeah.
It's cool, but like, whew, it's getting because you get to a point towards you put like you put points into your trade skill, which increases the speed that you get that XP. But at a certain point, that you can't put any more points in, and so like the last quarter now is like times 1 XP. Like I'm not getting any bonus.
Yeah, you're not getting
XP.
any bonus.
So it's like really slowed down. Like I started off just blasting through it because it was like times 10 XP or something because I put so many points into it. And I was like, man, I'm going to do this like real quick. And then now it's just like a real bit of a slog. But
are you still doing it?
I haven't done it for like a couple of weeks. But it is the thing of like, I'll just put in basically a few minutes and get a few, I'm just like slowly working my way to get it. Once I get it, then I'm like, the thing I've realized is once I do get that maxed out trade skill so I can buy castles and settlements, I then have to have enough money to buy the castles and settlements.
Yes. You'll also then need the like combat prowess to keep them.
Nah, but I won't be. I won't be. I won't have any enemies because I've not fought against anyone.
You'll have enemies.
Well, we'll see.
I
want to buy the world.
You will be holding a valuable asset.
Yeah.
Therefore, you'll attract the attention. of others.
We'll see. But then the game starts.
We can finally play the game.
Yeah. After 10 hours of
just 10.
Just 10 hours.
I don't think that's
probably not.
I think that's a drastic underestimate.
Yeah.
So again, what don't you like about Loop Hero?
It's the loop.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I should watch some more. Maybe there's other things, but like
all I'm saying is, your behavior and your words tell a different story.
Yeah. Maybe I'll love it. All right. Maybe I'll love it. I'll watch because it's been popping up on my like streamers and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch a little bit and see what it's actually like.
I probably should as well, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna buy it.
You're just gonna buy it.
Cool.
Because multiple people recommending it. Yeah. Saveun.
Yo, hey.
Anything? Hey, how's it going?
Whoa.
Welcome to the podcast. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
Oh man, I'm really into like Unreal Engine type stuff right now. So, like video games. Man,
no, just in life.
What about Unreal stuff?
It's such a lull right now. I was trying to think about this. Like all the big companies are very hush hush, and I suspect it's because of lockdowns and everything.
Well, this is usually a slow period for gaming news anyway, right? Historically, in the months leading up to E3, which is usually in June or July.
My thought process is going more towards countries on lockdown, and the companies that do have like the ability to work remotely wouldn't be Rockstar or Naughty Dogs. People that could leak like new games. These guys, these large studios wouldn't trust anyone with like remote access and being able to screenshot or post stuff to 4chan and whatever.
Yeah, companies that are that protective.
Yeah. Exactly of new IP. So I think I don't know how like Scotland's doing or like other Rockstar studios, but I suspect that this COVID lockdown really affected
Yeah.
productivity.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I don't know that they would have halted though. I suspect there'd still be progress being made. Otherwise, there's like either they furloughed their employees, which is not an ideal look, or they're just burning money, which is arguably worse.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how that specifically Rockstar how they would if they are working on a GTA 6, and I think they definitely are. You just wouldn't be able to work on that remotely. To give people outside of office access to it, based on what I've heard about how the studios run, is not a possibility.
Aren't there things of like they pat you down to make sure you've not taken any like
Dude, I heard
USBs and like crazy things like that?
When you go to like Rockstar North,
Yeah.
their reception is security as well.
Yeah.
And so you have limited internet access
Yeah.
machines. You can't use your phone.
Yeah.
So to give someone like remote access to a workstation,
Yeah.
like out of the question.
Yeah.
And that would be, everyone's chomping at the bit.
I'd actually really be interested in finding out how they've managed to like operate.
I reckon senior guys that are trustworthy, like
Yeah.
lifers at Rockstar probably maybe have access or
Yeah.
something. But I wouldn't know about the other people. Maybe you assign them work that doesn't step on like larger things.
Yeah. And it depends on how strict their lockdowns were.
Yeah.
Because like maybe they could do like people come into the office, but there's only like half the amount of people, so it's like every second desk is empty.
Right. Yeah.
Something.
A lot of distancing.
Yeah.
But like
I don't know.
A Naughty Dog studio, like the games that I'm into, I think that'd be hit pretty hard. And I'd love to see what they do announce next. But I'm not like holding my breath for anything right now.
Yeah.
Because I just think they would just hit really hard because of it. Yeah. So the next games I am looking forward to are Naughty Dog and Rockstar properties, whatever they announce.
Yeah. When you
so
say
specifically things that haven't been announced and may not even exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's sad.
when you say, "Oh, there's a real lull right now," I feel like it's just between
Those two
Rockstar games.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm interested. Firewatch was like a game
Oh yeah.
that I was into. I liked Campo Santo and what they were doing, and then Valve kind of acquired them.
They
were working on that Valley of Gods
Yeah.
game.
Did that ever?
No.
What happened with that?
No, because I think what they did was they acquired them for that story talent that those guys had, and then just integrated them into Half-Life type
So
stuff,
that
Half-Life
they'll never see the
Alyx.
light of day again.
And maybe I should pick up Half-Life Alyx. I hear that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'd need to get like a VR headset.
Yeah.
I want to get into those games, but I'm waiting for more software. Like I can't say I'd be into like Beat Saber or anything like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Have you tried Beat Saber?
No, I've heard about it.
It's fun.
I'm sure it is fun.
Did you ever get into like DDR?
No.
Did you get into like Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
None. SingStar was like cool at parties. I think that
cool.
blew up at the right time for me. But no, I never got into any of those. So yeah, I'm not into like Super Hot or anything like this.
Oh yeah.
Or sculpting. Sculpting
Super
in
Hot's
VR,
really fun in
maybe.
VR as well, actually.
Yeah, I've played that.
But I know what you mean. I'm on the same like
VR camp.
yeah.
Yeah,
because-
you're waiting for some cool software.
Yeah. Like I know that like I'd be keen to play No Man's Sky in VR.
Right. Yep.
What? No way.
Yeah, I know. Or like Elite Dangerous in VR. But like I'm not gonna buy a headset just for those two things.
Yeah.
Like just to sit in a cockpit, basically.
So like, if there was, I don't know, something that was worth VR. Like I know Half-Life Alyx is good, but it's hard to justify the one
yeah.
thing.
If Rockstar put out a VR mod for
You could-
GTA 5,
That exists.
Wow, really?
People have done that.
that doesn't
No.
make you want it.
No. I don't need to see Grand Theft Auto 5 again. Even though they continue.
What about
supporting
Red
it.
Dead?
Red Dead's good, but again, I'm not like I'm okay with the monitor experience.
Uh-huh.
You know? I'm not sure what more VR could offer me.
It would certainly immerse you.
But,
yeah, I don't know if I need it.
Like a big problem in VR is like moving.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I like the cockpit games because you're just sitting down, like you don't. But as soon as you have to like move anywhere, it's
Disorienting.
yeah.
Yep.
But I guess like what am I looking forward to? I'm always interested in like interesting story type video games. So Florence was that other one that was kind of blowing up in that awards scene.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, things like Firewatch. If people have things like that, I saw what Don't Nod were doing with their games. I sort of didn't like that formula.
You played the second Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't played that.
Yeah, the formula is. I thought they would improve it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little tired and outdated.
Yeah.
Just personally speaking.
You mean the like clicking on everything?
Yeah, the world freezes. It waits for you to respond.
Yeah. I get it.
Did you ever play Around the World in 80 Days, which was a game
No.
Blake recommended?
No, I didn't.
It's a story.
Game?
It's a story game.
You played it?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this on the podcast?
Yeah.
It would have been years ago.
You guys have definitely talked
Yeah.
about this game.
Because that was like the one mobile game that I'm like, this is a great game.
I think Pete played it as well.
Yeah, he was the one that told me about it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for something more hands-on.
Yeah.
Mm.
That same studio has turned a bunch of a series of game books into that same style of
Games.
well, that same style of like
Right.
mobile game.
Yeah. Story
Yeah.
adventure game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I really like that because I grew up with. I had these game books when I was a kid, and I was like, "This is so cool."
Did you buy them?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any would you recommend one?
Yeah. Well, the first book is free.
That's how they get you hooked.
Yeah, that's how they get you hooked. The first book is free. It's called the series is called Sorcery.
Okay.
So you look that up.
Sorcery.
Get that.
Okay.
It's
I'll
very-
look up.
It's very tough. It's a very hard, like game book.
Did you play the Path of Exile game book?
No, I haven't.
I think I see.
I've read. Oh, here's the thing. Maybe I have because I did read the first part, and it's like now you have to make a choice. Do you basically accept the quest or do you not? And I was like, no. Turn the page, and it's like you die. I'm like, well, game over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did play it, and I finished it. It seems.
Let me ask you guys. Okay, talking about games that you talk about it being a bit of a lull, and big developers and games we're waiting for. One of the games I'm waiting for, Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. Jesus, we're gonna be waiting like 8 years for it.
Unlike GTA,
Already been waiting.
I thought waiting for stuff that's on the horizon, not like
Oh.
over the horizon.
so GTA, which hasn't even been announced.
yeah, that's
that
over the
counts?
horizon.
Do you get like Google suggesting you things about Elder Scrolls? and stuff like that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I'm getting it for like Take-Two recently had like a shareholders meeting or something,
Okay.
and the guy from that heads like Take-Two Interactive,
Yeah.
he kind of commented. It was like a no comment type thing, but
Yeah.
there was a statement around it, just saying, Rockstar will announce it when they're ready.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those throwaway statements.
Yep. Unlike some studios, look over at Bethesda.
Yeah, but is like what's that looking like?
Well, Microsoft just acquired
Mhm.
Bethesda.
Mhm.
So
That's right. I forgot about that.
this is why I
Yeah.
bring this up.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting development, so to speak.
Do you think that is for the better or for the worse
For
the-
who?
for us gamers?
Oh, probably for the worse. I mean, I think exclusivity in general is okay. So I am in two minds about this.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of just being able to play awesome games, exclusivity is terrible.
Yeah.
For the sake of pushing consoles to be cheaper and better,
Mm.
exclusivity is great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
But
you
like
know, I feel two
Microsoft's
different ways.
exclusivity is Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
Like
but
what
But-
what
that- I
what
mean,
are you
that's
complaining about?
not always PC. It's Xbox and sometimes PC.
When is it sometimes PC?
Halo.
That's right. Yeah, you got me.
There's plenty of.
I did play the first Halo on PC though.
Okay, what about the second one?
Nope.
What about the third one?
Nope.
What about Reach?
Yeah, all right.
What about ODST?
All right.
What about Halo Wars?
Yeah, okay.
Is the new Halo that they're working on, is that going to come out on PC?
I don't know.
Because I think there is a different Microsoft now.
Yes,
than there was.
it sounds like they've been pushing more towards PC in general, which is fantastic in my opinion.
Yeah, I like seeing that.
I think I mean Halo is their console seller, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
why.
what an exclusive is for.
Yeah. But other than Halo, how many times at like E3 is it like exclusive to Xbox, and then in the there's a little bit of text that says also on PC.
Yeah, I
Dude,
mean,
it's like every
They
game.
got Hellblade. They acquired those guys, Ninja Theory.
Oh, really? Wow, cool.
Yeah, so that's big. Flight Simulator
Yeah.
for those guys that are into.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
Flight Sim.
So
Yeah.
that's cool. They got Forza.
Okay.
Some people say the true driving simulator.
Yeah.
Some people not
Not
this guy.
you. You would say GTA is the true driving.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I need to drive a
Cyberpunk?
lorry.
yeah.
Cyberpunk. That's a true driving simulator.
That is. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I want to play Elder Scrolls 6. Please,
Yeah.
But
Microsoft, hurry them up.
do you think the Obsidian fantasy game
Yeah.
would probably come out and be better
Uh,
than Elder Scroll, or does Elder Scroll just have that brand power?
I don't know much about the Obsidian game. I know that they've got like a good pedigree in terms of making story-driven RPGs. But Elder Scrolls is Bethesda's flagship game. It has a huge amount of world building already done for it, and in the same way that like you love GTA because it builds upon things they've done in previous games. They use tech they've developed, and they re-implement it, and they just build upon it. Right? Elder Scrolls does the same thing.
Yeah, it's a little different when you speak of Bethesda and reusing tech a little bit.
Why?
I feel like it's a little more buggier in some aspects, many aspects.
Okay, bugs, sure, whatever.
You're very dismissive, but it's a big.
Their worlds are much more involved than GTA.
You think so?
Yes. How many buildings can you go into in GTA?
Many buildings.
How many NPCs can you talk to?
Many.
But like,
How many quests are there? Like the whole thing about Elder Scrolls games is you can go everywhere and you
Yeah.
can do everything. Like you can pick plants.
Yeah.
You can.
But-
It's so everything is interactive.
You can
you
pick
know?
plants in Red Dead, man.
yeah.
Okay, can you? I don't know. Kill the NPCs and then like have There's just lots and lots.
Can you ruin the game for yourself?
Yeah, can you ruin the game for yourself? There's just it's much more to
I get that part.
being
yes.
involved in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, I see.
The thing with Bethesda, though, like you've got to admit, their engine is struggling to keep up with their own ambition. Like they're using the same engine for every game, Fallout as well, and like Fallout is falling apart because of their engine.
Yes, I would say though that Fallout has never been a game to push the boundaries,
Sure.
whereas Elder Scrolls every time has been.
Yeah.
The last example is it Skyrim?
Yeah, which was
Okay.
2011.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. 10 years.
yeah, and it doesn't look like incredible now, but it still looks pretty good.
But was Fallout 76 a Bethesda studio? Like, did they?
It was a
Make it-
Bethesda studio. I don't know if it was like their flagship studio or anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it was their Elder Scrolls studio, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the Elder Scrolls game, the Elder Scrolls Online game, I know is like not. their
Yeah,
main
that's
studio.
ZeniMax Online, which
Yeah,
is a different
yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
But like, Morrowind was a technical powerhouse in its
Yeah.
day.
Morrowind was so cool.
Oblivion was a technical powerhouse in
Yeah.
its day. Skyrim was a technical powerhouse in
Mm.
its day.
Yeah, but Fallout 76, do you consider that?
Again,
that
it's not
Yeah.
an Elder
Huh?
Scrolls game.
okay?
It's so when we're
But it
talking,
is related, right? It is them. It does represent
it's Bethesda.
Yeah.
But okay, put it this way. Would you say that like Bully was a technical powerhouse
In
Or-
its day, yeah.
or I don't know, like the table tennis game.
Also,
that
yeah,
Rockstar did.
again in its day, yeah, it was. Name me another table tennis game that did.
I
physics.
can't name you another table tennis game.
There you go. They hit it. No one's tried since.
Yeah,
But
they
it's,
set the standard so high.
Yeah.
Studios will put tech priorities for specific projects.
Maybe.
And
It
I
is
think-
an incremental thing as well. Like you see aspects of each game like building up
Yes,
typically.
totally, and that's all part of my point. So I think that what we'll see again, I don't know.
Mm.
Bethesda has not had a good track record these last few years.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I am nervous about it.
Yeah.
But my hope is that Elder Scrolls 6 is just as great and expansive and groundbreaking as the previous Elder Scrolls games.
Like, I'm sure it will be. It's just I get worried at like the amount of bugs that are in their recent games that just doesn't seem to stop.
Elder Scrolls bugs have also games have also always
Sure, but Elder Scrolls, the bugs I'm thinking in like Skyrim were like never as bad as like bugs in in Fallout.
Yep.
76. Like Fallout 76 is like
the ones
the
in Fallout
peak
76
bug.
are radioactive.
Yeah, exactly. It's like peak bug in this like Fallout 76 game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I want them to be good too. There is
Mm.
man. When you say it's the same engine, that's scary because there's a lot of baggage when you.
I don't know what they're doing for 6 though.
Yeah, I know.
There was allegedly a leaked video,
Yeah?
which I watched. It was like 9 seconds of running through a field.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Had a
cool.
look.
There was a lot of motion blur. It actually looked okay.
A lot
The
of compression.
the frame rate was
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was that the
which lends credence to it being real.
See, there you go.
But like
Well, are they just like banking on tech like catching up, being like,
Oh.
this is for like 3 generations ahead of
Yeah.
graphics cards,
Like
you know?
Star
And it's-
Citizen
yeah.
doesn't every game have to do that? Like
I mean,
every
I
game with a
suppose
long
so,
with
but,
a
like-
long turnaround has to
Yeah,
be
I
like
guess.
it's gonna run like really bad for
Yeah.
the next
For like
few
90% of the
years.
time until that like NVIDIA 40 something,
yeah
50 something comes out.
yeah and then
Yeah.
they were like, oh, there's actually a new way to render all of this and we
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
start again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I want it to be good.
me
Yeah.
too. I'm nervous. Look, who knows what'll
Because
happen?
man, like I as games get more complex,
Yeah,
there's more chance of things going wrong. There's a
Mm.
lot of if it's compounding on like bad foundations, it could be horrible.
yeah, it could be.
But I hope they are like coming together and making it solid from the ground up.
Yeah. Me too. That's the only game I'm really like. Obviously Zelda.
Dude, I'd love to
I need
play
Zelda.
a Bethesda game. Me,
Mm.
if it was good.
Did you never play
Like,
Skyrim?
Skyrim is good.
No, never.
Skyrim is good.
So I played. That's the one with the wagon, right? And the dragon.
Yeah.
Like,
That is the one with the wagon.
Yeah, the wagon's a huge part of that game.
yeah.
It becomes your companion.
But
Yeah.
the dragon wrecks the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I played the opening, and then I got into a cave,
Okay.
and the cave looked horrible.
Right.
When did you play this?
Shit, this must have been like a year ago.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
pretty
really?
recent.
So yeah. It's a burn. Oh
Yeah.
man.
But I heard a lot of people raving about
Yeah.
this game.
There are mods that make that game very pretty now.
Mm,
I mean, they have the remastered that came out a while back
Oh, okay.
that helps make it look good. But then there's mods on top of that as
Yeah.
well.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still iffy about mods.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I'm
I
all
don't
about-
want that
I'm all
experience.
about mods.
Uh,
Yeah.
GTA has a lot of mods that make it look good too. So
Yeah, I'm not into that either.
Okay.
I want to get what the developer is putting out.
Mm.
I just want to see what they can do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually how I start a game and then think this needs
think-
to be better.
This trade is going too slowly.
Yeah.
Let's get a mod.
Yeah. Let's get a mod.
Let's get some caravan action going on.
Yeah. Like Cyberpunk, I downloaded mods for a whole bunch of stuff. I downloaded mods so I could walk. Because
Man.
on PC you
Because
can't
that game
walk.
isn't slow enough.
No, you can't walk on PC. You can only run everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I had to download a mod that allowed me to walk.
Are you still playing that game?
No.
But it's still installed on your machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Any plans on getting back in there?
I don't know. Not really. Not
Oh,
really.
you're waiting for them to fix it?
Yeah, maybe. I might wait until some DLC or something and see how I feel about it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't actually even thought of playing it in like quite a few weeks.
That's interesting.
Like it hasn't
So
even been
sad.
in my mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the last like big game I think
Yeah.
to come out.
Wow.
The Last of Us 2 was pretty cool as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is there a game? Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Blake.
I was just gonna say I have been thinking of getting Death Stranding.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Why?
this explains the walking mod.
Yeah, all about yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I just feel
You're gonna be
like
like, man, this game needs some running.
download a running mod.
Yeah.
I just feel like getting a game that I can just like chill out and play, and it's very calming.
Idle games, man.
There are many games that tick those boxes. I
Yeah.
think.
I don't know, but because I remember I was thinking of getting Death Stranding when it first came out, but then I watched so many videos, I was like, I feel like I get it. But now I'm like,
Maybe
maybe,
it's time.
yeah,
I'm gonna throw an idea out there.
yeah.
I heard there's a new Harvest Moon.
Oh yeah,
It just came out on the Switch.
wow, hot news, hot
Yeah,
off the
hot.
press.
I thought Stardew Valley did a really.
Yeah, I that's a game I've always wanted to try
Yeah.
and never have.
It's on my wish list, that game.
Yeah,
But man, I lost weeks to Harvest Moon when
Yeah.
I played it.
wow.
So I worry that when I pick it up, I'm just like
Mm.
not productive anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about Harvest Moon real quick.
Mm.
Obviously you played a lot of it.
Mm.
I played a lot of it as well.
Yeah.
What made you stop playing? Where did you hit a wall?
I think in the last one I played was the one on GameCube, and it was I think I just went away from it for like a month,
Right.
and then I returned to it, and I didn't remember what I was up to,
Right.
and it was that thing of like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like my relationships are in shambles. I
Yeah.
I don't know
Far-
if I'm like charming these elves anymore. you know?
Yeah.
These forest elves.
charming the elves.
Yeah,
Um,
trying to get some of those golden sickles and stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
The thing I always found for those games was I would hit a point where my farm is really big and productive.
Yeah.
And I have to make every single movement throughout the day count, or
Oh,
else I
God.
can't do everything I need
Yeah,
to do in
If
time.
you pull the sprinkler in the wrong place,
Yeah.
you're done for.
Yeah, and that's usually when I stop playing. Is
Mm.
when it's like, this is stressful.
Dude, I would be out in the fields eating like a snack just to replenish my stamina,
Yeah.
just so I could like get the turnips
Keep it
going.
going.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It was rough, man. But I was trying to min max as much
Yes.
as I
Yeah.
could.
yeah.
That's the thing about those games is you kind of it pushes you in that direction, and then you go too far,
Mm.
and then it becomes like stressful and frustrating.
Yeah.
The time limit in Harvest Moon has always been my least favorite mechanic, but it's kind of important.
Yeah, definitely.
So I have a lot of, but like when I played the PlayStation or the DS or like GBA versions, there's a mine area and like I loved doing the village stuff and exploring the mines and all of the like seasonal events like New Year's Eve and trying to romance every woman in the town. And
Yeah, that was cool, man. Like I played the one that I played right through to the end was the Super Nintendo version.
yeah,
That's the one where like get married, have a kid, and then it like ends.
yeah,
And that was awesome. Like my farm was sweet, man. I
Yeah.
had like grass for decoration.
yeah,
You know, it wasn't just being used for hay.
yeah. Man, maybe I'll pick up Harvest Moon.
Yeah, for the Switch.
Maybe
You could do
I'll
it.
have to look up that review.
Well, what about Stardew Valley though?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
is that
thinking-
you could get that right now?
like,
And,
it's true. I need to read into it.
It's such a time sink, man.
Yeah.
no.
For me, I know it's like it's like crack. I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like for my health.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My understanding, I've got a baby coming soon,
Mhm.
and I'll be having chunks of time where I'm waiting for the baby to fall asleep or whatever, and I'll get a lot of gaming done in that.
Perfect
Oh,
idle
that's-
game time.
Yes. So maybe I'll look into Stardew Valley. Maybe I'll look into Harvest Moon, and I'll definitely get
Dude, you got
Loop
Loop
tonight.
Hero, man.
doing it
Mm.
tonight.
You got
Mhm.
Loop Hero.
There you go.
Mm.
You guys got anything else you want to say?
You are playing something new, aren't you?
Yeah, I am playing something new, but we're running out of time.
Oh, okay.
What are you playing?
I'm playing I bought a new early access.
Oh God.
Now this
Damn
is
it, Blake.
I know about this because I follow the Facebook posts.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
Yep.
So you'd been getting some buzz on this.
Yeah, I bought a early access village management sim called Foundation.
Uh-huh. Is this the one that's made by one guy?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Feels like it, but no.
Maybe. I don't know.
Ouch.
The look of the UI makes me think maybe. But it's cool. It's like I mean, it's a village management sim. It's got all the regular things. You got like your little guys, and they're all named, and you give them jobs and assign them to like production facilities and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But the thing I really like about it is that like, so in other games like Anno or something, you're laying down roads,
Yeah.
putting down houses, putting down the production facilities, and you basically end up with a grid. Your town is always like a grid.
Yep.
And you know that's fine, but like this game, you don't put down any roads.
Mm.
Your villagers make the roads
Oh,
themselves.
that's cool.
So you plop down a town center,
Yeah.
and then you plop down like a lumber, like a woodcutter's thing near
Yeah.
some trees.
Yeah.
And they'll go and build that with the supplies they've got, and the path that they create
Becomes the road.
becomes the road.
So it's all organic.
Yeah, so it's
That's really
all
cool.
organic. So all the roads in the game are created by them, and they're all very organic. And the thing is, the more they travel on it, the more like permanent it becomes.
Yeah.
And then once a road is permanent, they'll prefer to travel it even if there's like
A shorter
path,
Interesting.
which is quite cool.
Yeah.
And another thing is that you don't put down their actual houses. You only deal with production facilities. So what you do is like you zone out basically an area that is like this is for residential,
Yeah.
and they will go there themselves and build their own houses however they want. And I've noticed a thing of like, because I was getting annoyed, I was like, why are all these houses spread out?
Uh-huh.
And I realized people don't want to just build a house right next to another house that's
No.
already there. They've got this
They want yards.
yeah, it's like here's an open field,
Yeah.
and one person will build a house, and then another person will build a house on the other end of the field.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, and at first I was like, just build a house next to them, but it's like that's my
They're not thinking about
grid mind thinking
Yeah.
of like efficiency. You have to build like that, but they're just like, no, I'm building over here. I don't want to be near any neighbors, and like they'll keep doing that until like it's a little bit like filled out and stuff. But the whole thing looks so organic.
Yeah.
And like and like they'll end up with roads between the houses and stuff that just looks so organic. And a thing I found out is that they prefer to build their houses close to where they work
Yeah.
because they don't want to commute.
Sure.
So what's cool is like if you build I found that if you build like a bunch of production facilities somewhere, like you got some farms or something
Yeah.
in an area, it's best to like paint out an area that for their residential stuff, because they'll start building houses around their farms.
Yeah.
Because they work in the farms instead of like all the way other way across town.
Right.
And so it just like the town builds up so naturally and
Mhm.
organically, and like you start off with like one big sort of plot of land.
Yep.
And then as you make money, you can buy other plots. So you're really thinking about like what areas you want to expand into. It's really cool. I really like it. But my one problem so far is like it's a little bit too easy.
Mm.
And there's no like difficulty setting.
Okay.
So like I've never
I do want to point out that
yeah.
this is a game
Yeah.
in which you lay out production facilities.
Yeah.
And then everything else is automated.
Yeah, kind of.
And you just sit there and you let that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Are they bad guys?
Well, that's the thing. There's no bad guys.
Huh.
You have
Okay.
you.
They can't lose.
Interesting.
You only.
I mean,
you only,
you can lose because like your villagers have like happiness requirements. And I did the first game I played. I got to a point where I had a production chain breakdown. Basically, I was waiting on tools to be made, and I was still figuring out how to make tools, and I didn't have enough money to buy any tools, and so like the things I needed I needed like to build new churches around
Yeah.
because my town had gotten too big that the one church was no longer like supplying
The religion.
the religion to enough people.
Yeah, okay.
They've run out of faith.
Yeah.
They got no faith in you.
Yeah. The people on the outskirts were just faithless.
Uh-huh.
They needed a church there, and and so like they were getting unhappy because like they're running out of
Where
faith.
can I play?
Yeah, and so their happiness started dropping, and people started leaving the village, which
Yeah.
made the situation worse.
See, I was way happier when I didn't have to go to church. But go on.
Yeah. So I got a thing where I had swarms of people leaving.
Yeah.
Which was like they were leaving my production facilities, which also put more like lessened the amount of stuff I could make that made people unhappy, and it was
Right.
starting to like spiral down.
Yeah.
I managed to like get out of it, like claw my way out. I like lost like over half my population, and then managed to like get my blacksmith up and running and producing tools, and finally I was able to like turn it around. But it was like it was like a long kind of like like
You were
slog
on your
back.
way down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was the hardest it had been. But now I'm playing a second game, and so it's like I know that like I know better what is going to be needed. So I
Mhm.
built a blacksmith. I searched for ore mines earlier because I didn't know where to get ore from to begin
Right.
with. And it turns out like you build a manor house and you can assign a bailiff.
Yep.
And that bailiff goes out and what's it, surveys these like rock outcroppings.
Right. Okay.
And there's chances that they'll find stuff there, so they'll like find marble or
Right.
gold or like iron.
Mhm.
And so I did that early in the second game because in the first game I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep.
Until I just like
You stumbled
did it.
across
I
it.
stumbled across it, and
So basically, you've learned a lot from your first game. You're
Yeah.
playing too efficiently now.
yeah, I'm
and
playing
It's too easy.
Yeah.
Mm. Have they talked about what's in the future for this?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed it that much.
Okay.
Although
you
this
just
has-
bought it on a whim.
Well, no, this has been on my I saw it last year,
Okay.
and I had it on my wish list for like a year.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what? I can't wait anymore. I'm just gonna get
It's
it.
still in early access.
Yeah, it's still in early access.
Like
Yeah.
I like the concept. I would like to see communities like forming around like wanting to make their own churches and stuff. That'd be cool. as well.
Yeah.
If that was something they wanted, they
Yeah.
would like drop hints.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but all you see is like a negative, like you have a overall village happiness, and when it's like not on 100, you hover over it and it tells you why.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes it's just like mostly it's it's either like not enough food, not enough religion, or like not enough housing,
Yeah.
and that just means you need to like cut down some trees and
clear some land for them.
clear some land for
Yeah.
them and stuff. And cutting down the trees means like plopping down a logger thing,
Yeah.
assigning a bunch of guys, and then what you do is you also like paint out the area that they can harvest from.
Right.
So you do that, and then after a while it's cleared, and then you remove that. And I usually put a like well because I build a well
Yeah.
where that logger camp was, because that increases the desirability of the land around it.
Right.
And so they also build the houses sort of like around a central
Very
kind of
cool.
like hub.
Yeah.
And I end up putting markets around there as well. So it's like my town has like a couple of different sort of like
Little town
community,
centers.
little town centers.
Cool.
I just really like the organic
Yeah.
kind ofness of it. Like,
I would love to see. I'm curious to hear what happens to it in the future. Like, if
Yeah,
there's plans, I would love to see some sort of conflict built into it.
Well,
for example, I would be
Yeah.
curious if unhappiness dropped to a certain level, or if like.
they riot.
Well, no, I was actually thinking, what if a rival leader,
Ah,
an
yeah,
AI,
yeah.
is formed, and they make
Yeah.
a separate community, and there's just
That
some
would be
tension,
interesting,
Because
Because there is you can build a fort and assign soldiers, and then you send those soldiers on missions for the king.
Yeah.
But they just come back with like loot,
Right,
basically.
right.
And I like
so you don't see the combat. You don't. see
no.
what they're doing.
I guess you could say that's a
Bit of an idle game?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
a bit of an idle game.
Like unlike all the other parts that you described.
Yeah, I know. It's very micromanaging.
Uh huh.
Yeah. But yeah, like that would be cool because there are supposed neighboring villages
Okay.
because you can establish trade routes with neighboring villages, and they have different values of like trade goods.
Right.
Like they'll buy stuff for different and they'll sell stuff for different, and you unlock them through like getting enough like resources for certain things.
Yep.
Of certain things. So yeah, it would be cool if like people started leaving.
Yeah.
And then a neighboring baron or whatever comes over and starts trying to like
harass you.
Yeah.
Or their army starts trying to pillage.
Yeah,
the
like
lands.
it would be good to do something with the army guys other than just randomly send them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like I've played a lot of games where there's like monsters and stuff in the environment that you need a certain amount of army guys always patrolling around to like protect you of. Like I was playing that Stonehearth game that
we're done for
that
the
we never
episode.
talked about, which is very similar,
Mm.
except you are seriously micromanaging everything. Like you're building houses block by block. You know?
Right. The one you're describing now appeals much more to me.
Yeah.
I'm curious about watching that organicness build, and also the thing that comes to mind immediately is so that's how a lot of ancient cities were established.
That's why I like
but
it. You
then-
look at it and you're like, this looks like a proper like
It
thing.
totally.
Yeah.
But then often ancient cities get hit by ruin, like
Yeah.
they're hit by earthquakes, they're pillaged and burned to the ground,
Yeah.
great fires, that sort of thing, and then the whole street map changes, and I find that very fascinating.
Yeah.
And so I would be curious to see if natural disasters were introduced as a thing, and how
I'd
that.
love that kind of stuff. Like, natural disasters would be cool. Like flooding would be really cool because like there's always rivers and
Even
stuff,
man-made
like,
disasters, where, like
Yeah.
what if a fire starts?
Yeah,
Dunno.
like it would be cool. But right now it's like there's still a lot there.
Yeah.
Like for an early access game, it just feels like it would be a little like it'd be more interesting with more sort of conflict, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because it is. You're right. It is kind of very passive, and really all you're worrying about is juggling numbers. You know, like how's my income?
Yep.
How's my happiness? Do I have enough of these resources? You know, looking like scoping out areas to expand to.
Yeah,
like
planning ahead. Yeah.
like that. Which is great until you get to a point where you feel like you're efficient,
Yeah,
and then
self-sufficient.
you're kind of looking for other stuff to do. Like,
Yeah.
what's the end game?
Yep.
Basically, that's
Well, let us know.
yeah.
Look into it.
Yeah, like
We're-
one more thing I really like in that. So that game Stonehearth, I was saying you build
So anyway, we're
you build buildings like block by block, like Minecraft,
and
they can be anything as long as they have a door. You guys can go in there and stuff. But in this, like the buildings are pre-made, except for there are these important buildings like churches. They have a bunch of modular pieces that you build yourself.
That's cool.
And it's like each piece gives an amount of like religion, you know.
okay.
So you've got like the main thing that will give
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 religion, and then you've got like a bell tower that gives like 1 religion, and then you've
Yeah.
got other things. So like the bigger you make the thing, the more religion it'll
that
like
church
produce.
produces.
Yeah, the church produces. And there's a bunch of other things like there's a bunch of like main sort of important buildings like that
Uh-huh.
that are made through these like modular pieces, which
That's
I
cool.
really like. Like the early on, one of the first things you get is you have the ability to make a Lord's Manor,
Yeah.
which is where you can upgrade your treasury. You can assign a bailiff to like go and do certain things,
Yep.
and like that is modular as well. So you're basically building your own house,
That's
and
cool.
you can like make it like as grand or like as whatever as you want. And then there's like a tavern as well that you put together modularly and stuff. It's just really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds like a cool game.
Yeah.
I want to hear about like what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
What it sounds to me is like here's a cool AI system.
Yeah.
and some cool like town building tools.
yeah.
I want to hear what
Yeah.
the game is.
Yeah. I just want to get as far as possible and find out what the heck happens.
Yep.
Because there is a king. You're not the king.
You're not the king.
You're not the grand
Okay,
ruler of
plan
everything.
an insurrection.
Yeah. Like there is a king, and envoys of the king come and visit you every once in a while and give you missions.
Yep.
and the rewards you get from those missions basically is your research tree. Basically, like
Right,
you
okay.
get a certain amount of like influence, I guess, in 3 categories, and once you hit certain levels, you can buy access to like
Blueprints and stuff.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, but like I mean that's kind of an interesting thing to me, is that there is a higher level of
There's a power. Yeah.
over you. You're not
Mhm.
the one and only like ruler of this thing. So yeah, and the when you send your soldiers off, it's to fight in the king's armies
Right.
as well. So there is
So there's
this like,
conflict somewhere.
yeah.
Well,
So yeah, I don't know. I'll
let us know.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week. We're out of time. We're in fact more than out of time. If you want to email us, you can email frontseatquestion@gmail.com. At FrontSeatCast is our Twitter account. Facebook.com/FrontSeatCast. You can talk to us on there. We still get messages. In fact, we've got questions I should read, but we'll do it next week.
Yep.
We'll start with questions next week. How's that sound? Maybe.
That'll be a switching it up.
Yeah, maybe. Or I'll forget.
Do it. Start
I'll
with
probably forget.
questions. Yeah. I dare you.
Let's find out. YouTube.com/FrontSeatCast. Subscribe on there. Have we hit 1,000? No. Yeah, we never will.
We've lost 3 subscribers.
No!
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Twitch.tv/.
I think they hit the subscribe button twice.
Yeah, smash that subscribe button, but only once.
Yeah. And if you're already subscribed, don't bother.
smash that
smash
subscribe
it.
button.
Maybe that's what you've done.
Yeah. We'll be back in a couple weeks, and we'll read some questions. Sounds like. Okay, bye.
Well, yeah, because they were like, yeah, over like 50 years, it moves like,
Plate tectonic.
a little bit. Like they.
Are you talking about Rango in Rango?
No. This is what I
Are
was
you
told.
thinking of Lord of the Rings?
I also never looked it up, maybe. But no, I remember we were around at Sam's place because Sam has a banana tree or something.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah. And I think he was saying, or somebody there was saying, like, oh, but did you know banana trees move?
Oh shit!
Like they walk over. This is like over,
And you're like,
decades.
fuck off.
Nick.
I know. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're.
This
I
is
understand
not
that
like
time frame.
One day it just moves across the
Um,
yard. This is also something I've never looked up and I just believed firsthand.
Yeah. Let me ask you. What do you think the mode of action is for that? What does that look like?
I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Blake's obviously not the expert. You want to talk to whoever talks.
Yeah, you need to talk. It was either Paul
Oh, shit.
or maybe it was Sam that told me.
Maybe they were talking about like.
Could have been Mark too.
Maybe they die off and a new one grows adjacent to it. Maybe because they're basically herbaceous. They don't have wood,
Yeah.
so it's just.
I don't know, man. I just took it as face value. And you ever see Day of the Triffids? That's what I imagined.
I've never seen that.
It's about walking plants that eat people.
Oh fuck. Okay, but you could outrun them, right?
Oh yeah, easy.
You're running down like a dark alley. And
Yeah.
Like a tree coming at you.
Should we get started?
Yep.
How do we sound?